I know exactly what to do. I wrote the plan. I know the steps for weeks and I still haven't started. That's not a discipline problem. That's not even a motivation problem. That's a specific psychological pattern. And once you understand it, you can't unsee it. Here is exactly what's happening inside your brain, and the 3 steps override that actually stops it. Here is what most people think is happening. They think they're lazy. They think they don't have enough willpower. They tried motivation. They tried discipline. They tried accountability partners. None of it works. And I know this because that was me for 2 years, and the reason has nothing to do with who you are. It's called knowing doing gap, and there's a very specific reason smart people get stuck inside it. 3 reasons actually, and for each one there's a direct fix. Step 1 starts right now. Reason 1 is the one nobody wants to hear. Being smart is part of what's keeping you stuck. Here's why. When you're smart, you were praised for understanding things quickly. You didn't have to practice as much. You didn't have to sit with something being hard and slow and boring. So you never built the tolerance for that. And now, as an adult, every time something gets hard or boring or imperfect, your brain stops. Not because you're broken, because nobody ever trained that part of you. And here's the piece that makes it worse. Because you understand what needs to happen, your brain tells you that counts as progress. It doesn't. Understanding the plan is not doing the plan. And confusing the two is what keeps you watching videos about doing things instead of actually doing them. The fix for step 1. Stop treating understanding as output. Your only output today is a thing you shipped. A draft, a paragraph, a message sent. It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be real. A thing that exists in the world that didn't exist this morning. That's your standard for today. Step 2, the ego defense. Reason 2 is going to feel uncomfortable because it did for me. Most people who know what to do and still don't do it are protecting themselves. Here's the logic. If you never fully try, you can never fully fail. And as long as you haven't fully failed, you can still tell yourself you could have done it. You keep the dream alive by never actually testing it. And that's not weakness. That's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's protecting your identity, the version of you that's still capable of being great. But here's what nobody tells you about the protection strategy. It has a cost, and you are paying it right now. Every day you protect the potential, you are also spending the time that could have been used to build the evidence that you actually can do it. And without the evidence, the doubt just gets louder. The fix for step 2, you need a completed rep, not a perfect rep, a completed one. One terrible first draft, one messy attempt that you actually finished. Because the moment you finish something, your brain files it as evidence that you are someone who does things, and that evidence compounds. Step 3, the negotiation loop. Reason 3 is one you're going to recognize immediately. You have a negotiator living inside your head, and it fires every single time you're about to start. It sounds like this. Before I get serious, let me just check my phone for 5 minutes. After this one video, I'll start properly when I'm in the right headspace. Sounds familiar? That's your internal negotiator. And here's what it's actually doing. It's not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to delay the moment of your accountability. Because the moment you start, you are accountable to the results. And that's the thing the ego is most afraid of. The fix is simple. You stop negotiating entirely. Not by using willpower, by making the negotiation impossible. Here's how. You pre-decide. Before the day starts, you write one line, not a to-do list. One line. Today, I will open the document and write 3 sentences. That's it. The negotiator needs ambiguity to operate. Take the ambiguity away and has nothing to negotiate. I want to tell you something about where this system came from. Second year of university, academic suspension. Not because the material was too hard for me, because I knew exactly what I needed to do and still couldn't make myself sit down and do it. Same pattern you've been watching this whole video. I applied the 3 things I just showed you, and then Dean's List, Honors Mechanical Engineering in my final year. Not because I got smarter, because I closed the gap between knowing and actually doing. Same brain, different system. So here's what we covered. Step 1. Understanding is not output. Shipped is output. Step 2. Build evidence. 1 completed rep. Terrible is fine. Step 3. Pre-decide. 1 line. Remove the ambiguity the negotiator needs. These 3 things don't require motivation. They just require a decision. If you are smart enough to know what you should be doing and still cannot make yourself do it after a long day, subscribe. 3 videos a week, execution systems that work when motivation is dead. No fluff. If knowing the problem is one half of this, starting when you're exhausted is the other half. I covered this in the video on the right here. I'll see you there.